Hey yo, it's Trenton with Hallsguide, and I just got the 2017 Ford GT. Opened it up from the brand new N case that just came out, and this has been probably the most popular model in this case, just based on the feedback I've gotten from our case review, and I would tend to agree. This is definitely the car I was most looking forward to coming out of the N case, and one of the real life cars I've been looking forward to most here recently. I've always been a fan of the Ford GT, even going back to the Ford GT40. I was not around when that one first came out, but I've been a fan of it ever since I had a big interest in cars. And I was really excited when the second generation Ford GT came out in the mid 2000s, and that one was only produced for a couple of years, and now they're back with the 2017 Ford GT, and much like the second generation, this one's only going to be produced for a couple of years. I think the plans are for 250 of these to be produced for 2017, and that same number to be produced for 2018, and then it will go away, I guess, until they decide to come out with perhaps the fourth generation of the GT. But this is Ford's supercar, and this is hands down the most supercar that they have ever produced. This one has a carbon fiber body. It's got 600 horsepower, and it's a rear engine car, so the motor is there. You can see that window there in the back that gives you a view of the motor there, and it's a V6. It's got twin turbos, but it's a EcoBoost V6 that Ford has really been pushing here lately. So if you're expecting big displacement, maybe a V8 or a V10 or something like that, they didn't go that route. They went with a V6, but they gave it two turbos to push it up over 600 horsepower. And I haven't seen any official numbers on this, but they're estimating the 0 to 60 to be about 3.2 seconds. Price-wise, this one's going to cost you a bit. The latest price I saw was right around $400,000 for these, and of course they didn't make very many of them, so it's going to be really hard to get your hands on one if you're wanting the real deal. But if you're a Hot Wheels collector like me, and you want to get the Hot Wheels version, it won't cost you quite an arm and a leg. On the secondary market, this one right now is going for $2 to $3. As much popularity as I've seen on this, just in the comments on the videos and the talk online, I would think that this one would be maybe priced a little bit higher, like some of the other models we've seen this year. However, it's not gone crazy on the secondary market. $2 to $3 if you have the regular version here with the PR5 wheels and this metal flake blue paint. Now, this one has also been made into the super treasure hunt for this case. So the 2016 NK Super Treasure Hunt is the 2017 Ford GT. If you're lucky enough to find it with Real Rider wheels and the SpectraFlame blue paint. And it was kind of shocking to me to see that this was going to be the Super Treasure Hunt, because I don't recall us ever having a treasure hunt that was also a new model. That's as far back as I can remember, I don't think that's happened, but I may be wrong. It may have happened once or twice, but it's definitely not common. And it was a big shock that they made this one into the Super Treasure Hunt, but it's not a decision that I'm going to argue with, because I really do like this car and I don't mind seeing it as a Super Treasure Hunt. Now, right now I don't have a Super Treasure Hunt in hand. There was not one in the case that I opened. But this one is the one to look for if you happen to come across an N case and you're trying to find the Super Treasure Hunt. The Super Treasure Hunt, the value of it on the secondary market is also surprisingly low compared to what I thought it might be, especially this early in the game. Usually when they first come out, they're priced a little bit higher, and I thought with this model and the popularity of it, it would be priced higher. But it's been going for about $20 to $25, occasionally touching the $30 mark on the secondary market, which is relatively low for a brand new Super Treasure Hunt, and especially one that's this popular. If you compare that to something like the Batmobile Super Treasure Hunt, that one's still going for anywhere from $60 to $75, and that one's been out for 2 or 3 months now. So this one's kind of surprising that the value of it hasn't taken off. But that's okay if you're a collector and you really like this model and you want to get your hands on it. That just means it's going to be a little bit easier for you to acquire. Of course, if we look at some of the details on this, on the front, you've got the Ford logo, nice blue tampo there. And you see the carbon fiber accents there on the hood. So this model in real life has some carbon fiber accents. The entire body is made of carbon fiber, so it's very, very light. It's going to have a good power to weight ratio with the 600 horsepower and the light carbon fiber frame. And you'll see there on the side you've got some air inlets to reach the engine that's there in the rear. And it's, like I said, you've got the engine back there. You can see it through that clear window in the back. Came across an Audi the other day that had a V10 that was had the engine covered with a window in the back, and you could see all the details in it. That was pretty cool. So there it is, Ford's latest supercar, built to compete with the likes of the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and some of the other supercars. And I think I just read that this one won its division of the 24 Hours of Le Mans here recently. So you know, the pedigree goes way back. The old GT40 really excelled at the Le Mans races, and this one is living up to that legacy. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, give us a thumbs up. Click our subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and you'll continue to get updates when we post these. And we thank you for watching.